To the next wall. This is my shop. This is all kinds of fun stuff. This is a recent one I did. This is a watercolor that I did online as a video. And oh my gosh. Oh, thank you for liking the Kaidini tree, Opal. This is Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. And I did a whole video live on how to paint him, or how I paint him. Okay, so we're gonna move on to over here, and here's another video I did live. It's an owl done in bright arbitrary colors, which means, if you look at the eye, I did a real good job on the eye because I like to do eyes. Arbitrary colors, like when it's not realistic color, but it represents light and shadow. Okay. This is my grandma section. I got all kinds of grandma stuff here, but none of this, I didn't make any of this. This is all vintage fun that I have found. Well, these were made by my mom. Little purses. These little purses are made by my mom. And then I added little linens, vintage linens, and this one's got a vintage brooch. Okay, so I didn't make any of this stuff. That's all just figurines and stuff. But I made some of the, and these are ties. These are ties I've bought and put in the shop. And, okay, so this one, who can guess what this is? This is the Overlook Maze from The Shining. See how he's dragging the axe through the snow? And he's got the little bloody footprints. And it's all dark and it's a scary snow scene. Yeah, this is when he's chasing the little boy in the maze and he's got the axe, but he's hurt, so he's dragging the axe. He can't carry the axe. This was me learning how to do soft lighting. So I was painting a dog that had a flower, like a poppy in his mouth. And I was trying to use all the same kind of coloration. And so that was me trying to get a really soft faded look. Okay, this one was super hard. This was a picture I found. This one's got a long backstory. You ready? Okay, here we go. All right, this was a nun during the Holocaust in France that was helping people escape from the Nazis. And she was only like 30, but she was so haggard, you could see. But I just couldn't really capture how young she was because she just looked so old at the same time. And she was standing in an orchard, and this was a black and white photo that I recolorized, so that even made it harder. But then you see the rosary beads, but she was a Catholic nun and standing in the garden. And then all the way around it, I put the Mother's Prayer. Yeah. This was a yard sale find, that thrift store that I repainted it, and I put it. It was just a New York painting. All the brown stuff was on there already. I put the green in. That's a big green apple for the Big Apple, and there's a little inchworm with a derby going to work as a New Yorker, and crawling along the fence line. So I added the green and the yellow to that, and made the Empire State Building like a tether ball with the apple. Okay, so that one, that's like the only backstory on that. Sorry, that's not real deep, but this still got stuff. And then I watched a cartoon that had La Muerta as the main character, with the sugar skull and she's like the queen of the dead. And I painted my version of her with the sugar skull and the rose and the haunting eyes, and that's her backstory. All right, so moving on. I don't know if you can see this one. This is my backyard during Christmas a few years ago. We didn't have snow that Christmas, so I just had all the misty stuff, and none of the trees had leaves on them, and it was just like I don't know. It was pretty, but it was kind of gloomy Christmas. Yeah, and that's an 8x8 that I did for an art show. Very wintry scene. I've got some wintry stuff in this section of the store. Yeah, I did some winter It was a long winter that year. Okay, let's go over here. So this is some of the fun stuff we have over here. This here is a ice cream float that my niece got when she went to Polka Dot up in Morgantown. And she got donuts and sprinkles and a cherry, and it was just like this monstrous ice cream fun thing. And so I painted it, and I did a series of food paintings. So we also went to the Suplex Taco down south. I think I'm trying to think if it was in Tennessee or Ohio, but it was southern West Virginia area. And I got a taco salad, which was monstrous, and so I painted that Suplex Taco salad. The other food thing I did is, oh, it's hanging crooked. Here we go. This particular banana split sundae was in Marietta, Ohio, and I stopped at this little cute ice cream stand in Marietta, Ohio, and I got this wonderfully made, intricately designed, it was just really, really pretty. I took a picture of it and I painted that, so that's my banana split. I don't have my stacks of hamburgers anymore, so I had a series of that. Okay, so then I didn't do that painting. I did this painting. I went to an air show, and at the air show, they had these big planes that were done at different time periods of different wars, and this one had these really like just so many blades on it, so that's why I took a picture of it, and then I painted that picture because I own that picture, and so I didn't have to worry about copyright. And I just wanted to add, because like I was doing cars and transportation, and this is my beagle, my little beetle, Herbie the Love Bug. And this is whenever Herbie goes bananas and he's resting away in the dark woods of the banana forest. Yeah, so, and this one's called All You Need Is Love, and so they brought him back to life and made him strong and healthy again considering he was a car. And this is another car that had a name. This is Christine. I just call this painting Fury because it's a Plymouth Fury, but it's from Stephen King's Christine. So this was just like a dynamic grill, and it was just a very impressive car. So I went ahead and painted it. This is, everybody has to do a koi painting. So I did a koi painting, but this one I did with fish food. Feeding the fishes is what I call it. As if you can see, there's little pellets of food being dropped in the water, and the fish are coming up to the water to eat. So this is called Feeding the Fishes, and I painted that. And my other fish painting is a steampunk whale, and he is Big Ben from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And if you look at that eye, and he's got a glowing mouth, and there's a industrial castle in the back. So that's my ode to Big Ben from Rudolph Saves New Year. Okay, and so here's another steampunk one I did. This one is called, oh shoot, what did I call this one? Well, anyways, this owl is a spy owl, and she's a spy, and she would send this animatronic owl out to get all of the information she needs to be a spy. And it's kind of done in an Art Nouveau style with the harsh lines and stuff. And that outside is something going on that I have no idea, but they're really, really having fun at that. Yeah, Herbie, I always watched Herbie as a child. And so this one is another winter scene. I did a lot of winter paintings. I still have them, so it'd be perfect for a good Christmas gift. This one here is just birch trees. Everybody has to do a birch tree when they do acrylic paintings. It's just a thing. And so mine had like a little cherry tree in front of it with the soft snow on top. And that one is my birch tree painting. The other birch tree painting I gave away in a raffle. I have a couple owl paintings. This one, my friend in Florida, she took a picture of a baby owl that was in her backyard, and I painted it, and it took me several tries to get it to look right because his head was on backwards, like they do, like you do, you know? Yeah, so this is just really fun, a real fun painting there. And the other owl painting is way up there, and I call it just chillin'. He's a little cold, fluffy owl, and I like having owls in the shop. They're a lot of fun. I do a lot of animal paintings, but I did a lot of winter paintings, and he's another one of my winter paintings. Here's another one. This one's done with really thick paint. If you see, look at that. Look how thick that painting is. That's some thick paint. I did that with a palette knife, so I was doing a palette knife painting of a snowy barn. So that's almost all of my winter paintings. I did so many winter paintings. That was a long winter. Hello, everybody. I'm just going through all of the backstories of my paintings because it's never been done before. This one is unicorns because I didn't have any unicorns in the shop as a painting, but I didn't want to do straight up unicorns because everybody does unicorns. So I did a merry-go-round that, and it had my husband's name on it, William. So I needed to do that one. That was the one I did. Yeah, so that is my little unicorn painting. And then back here, I had so many paintings. This is my my leprechaun painting. The gold, that's goldenrod instead of a pot of gold, but it's a pot of goldenrod. So that one is sort of cute, fun play on words. And I did that one for St. Patrick's Day one year. She's kind of getting old. All right, there's some more stuff. Let's see, I think that's almost all of my paintings that are on the wall. Let's see. Oh, I did a little Alice in Wonderland. This necessarily isn't an original idea, but it was such a tiny little canvas, and she had shrunk down, so I thought that was a fun idea. And I like Alice in Wonderland. And I did this one on oh, look at that. So I did this one on a checkerboard that was going to be thrown out. So I was like, to save the checkerboard, and see, it hangs by a string. And then, who are you? And he's got his little pocket watch and feed your head. So I had a little Alice in Wonderland moment and did these two things. Oh gosh, what else do I have? Oh, this is an actual person who is a mermaid. She does mermaid stuff for a living. That's like her job. Her passion, actually. She buys these super expensive tails and then swims around and takes pictures of herself swimming around as a mermaid, and she gets gigs doing mermaid stuff. And I took a picture of her, and I thought she was going to buy the painting, but she just smiled real big and said, I know what I look like. So she never bought it. But it was fun to paint that. Let me see. I feel like I'm missing. Oh, yeah, I've got more paintings in here. This one here was a collaboration with Mary. She painted the trees and the path, and then I added in lighting and a little girl hiding behind the tree and fairies and some of the highlights on the forest and through the trees and on the path. So we did that one together. And these others are Mary's. This is on Mary's. I didn't do that. I did this. Okay, so this one here is a rocky cliff. It's, again, another snow painting I had done. And this one was an experiment with trying to get rocks to look like rocks whenever you only have 2 or 3 colors to work with, and getting the trees to look like trees far off in the distance and really close up. And so it was a lot of fun, and I hadn't had any landscapes. I don't do a lot of landscapes. Oh, here's a fun painting I did. Guess who that is? That is Gossamer. So Gossamer is from the Bugs Bunny cartoons. He was one of the villains, and so I painted him as a villain, and he was kind of here he's questioning his instructions because he was like, what do you call a minion? And he's questioning what he is supposed to do. He's like, I don't think I understand what you're wanting me to do. I don't think that's going to work. And he's like, excuse me, I have a few questions. And that is me also learning how to do really, really detailed hair. So, and to catch the lighting, and because he, of course, was all hair, if you remember. Just hair and shoes. Now, I made another hair thing, a little monster. This is not a painting, of course, but it's the Book of Monsters from Harry Potter. So, if you open it up, hopefully you won't get bit. So that was for a Wizard Fest that I went to, and I made that. I drink and then I paint the bottles. So I painted my lucky bottles that with the Buddha on them, holding up the rice, and then inside of there I put fragrant rice to bring in the new year. I did this one year for a New Year's kind of celebration. Oh, here's my other Harry Potter thing I did. I watercolored and colored penciled and markered up a mandrake. So he's all happy in his little box. He's perfect for the kitchen. All right. And that was for the Wizard Fest. And here's my saddest of all paintings. He was going to be a mushroom with a big smile, but he just looked really not good. So, and nothing I could do could make him not look naughty. So I just hide him in the back, and hopefully somebody one day will buy him. He's just he's a naughty little devil there. Accidental naughty. This is my narwhal because I didn't think narwhals were real, and then I looked it all up and narwhals were real, and I'm like, well, then I've got to paint a narwhal. And I learned all about narwhals, and they're mottled. That's what that pattern is called, and they look like something dead floating in the water sometimes. And their horns were used, they're not really horns, they're a tooth, and they were taken as unicorn horns. So this is my other unicorn painting, because he's the unicorn of the sea. This is a color wheel made out of all the retired old crayons. I had a vintage box of crayons, and they had all the retired colors. So this is the retired colors of Crayola. So, oh, I have more paintings over here. I have a whole wall. Whoops, here's a whole wall. All right, here's some of my big paintings. This is the harp with butterflies. I did this as a live demo, and I made this painting to on a black canvas. It was all black, and then I put the color in. And this one is a little girl that was standing on the Great Wall of China. And she was nervous, so she was or shy, and that's why she had her little finger up to her mouth, because she was a little nervous about going on the Great Wall. This one here is a spirit whale. It looks like he's popping out of the ocean or popping out of the clouds. And I came up with this idea whenever I was working on my cloud techniques, but it kind of looks like foam in the water too, so it's kind of, and he has the rays coming off of him like he's a mystical creature coming, but if you don't want to go with mystics, he's just blocking the sun. So it's just kind of opened it for interpretation on that one. And then this one is another painting I did as a live demo, because I was able to do 2 paintings that day. And I have these rubber chickens that someone gave me, and I turned it into a painting of a magician's workshop and / comedian. And so I have all these little, see, there's all these little details in here. There's little feet hanging up. So that one's a lot of fun. I'm almost out of paintings, guys. This is an old one of a dog in the snow. I guess I did have more snow paintings. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I still have more. And this one is an old one that I did a while back of someone. That one was hard, getting the foot to look right. And yeah, this is towards the back of the room. And I haven't cleaned this section. And then this was my Salvador Dali inspired painting, and it's swimming from shore instead of swimming to shore, because I did a lot of I want to escape paintings. And this is what it looks like behind the counter. If you come and visit me, this is how I look at you, because I've got a piece of plexiglass between me and you. And then I use it as a drawing board. Oh, there's the rubber chickens that I used to make that painting. They're only $1 if you want to buy a rubber chicken. And I think that's just about it, guys. If you want to purchase any of my art or want to commission anything, you just let me know. And thanks so much for watching. If you watched the whole thing, I have about 4 more paintings I didn't do, but that's okay. I'm done. I'm tired of holding the camera. So thanks so much for watching. I did my hair for this. See, I made little buns, and I put makeup on. Look, I got eyeliner on. So there you go. I went all out for you guys. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.